friends, welcome back to Bella and Craft Studio. I am going to finish this journal. It's taken a lot to get this finished, but it's going to be a beautiful process as we continue to move forward. I did a lot of the decoration and everything over on Patreon and off camera as well. And on Patreon, if you want to go and look at that, the description box is the description is under this video. I'll get that right. But I put all of the signatures together and then I sewed in one signature and I'm going to finish that up today. I did go ahead and put a little cute decoration, just some little flat pearls that I have here that are something I got from the Goodwill. I'll show you. Let's see, where is it? Yeah, here it is in my little crafty drawer here. These are just some little pearls. They're little like flat and they have a little sticky on the back. Something I got at Goodwill that's just, as you can see here, 99 cents. And I often go through their crafting section they have here in the town I live in, and they often put it in all the crafting stuff in a particular section, and you'll find small little finds like this. So what I did is I went ahead and I'll put this back, and I took two pieces and I have my 3-in-1 glue, and I took it and I put it along the side here, and I put the string of flathead pearls on both sides to give it a little bit of more cuteness, if you will, on both sides. And these are still a little wet. I decided to go ahead and purchase, if I could pull these out again, um, these little metal corner ends for bookends, and these right here, super affordable. And I figure on another crafting video moving forward I can show you how to make them, and then you can put them on yours as well. But I'm preparing to go to market and take all of my things with that I make to market, so I wanted it to give it an extra cuteness to go in the journal. So with that being said, I have already sewn this in, and I've left some as little um, journaling spots. Whoever gets it, they can close this up. They can make it a tuck spot, whatever they choose. Okay? Lots of good stuff, and I have my handmade papers in here. And if I get a journal, I want to be able to journal. And then if you'll look over on Patreon, I went through all of this and made some places for pockets, so on and so forth. But we're going to make this our finishing and final for the journal that I have. And what I think I'm looking at here is potentially maybe put this in the middle, but it doesn't matter. I only say that because it has this cute little decoration here, and it really would make it um, kind of stand out, wouldn't you say? That's really cute right there. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead, and I kept this clip here only to keep them together, and I had already cut them, and they fit inside of this cover very nicely. And I am and have reinforced these ribbons here. Moving forward, I'm considering um, doing some buttons, and I have so many ideas. But to keep this channel free from commercials, if you will, which that's how people get monetized, I put things over on Patreon, extended versions of what we do here. if you would like to go check that out, I would really appreciate your support. So now I am going to go ahead. I'm going to move this all aside here. I have my bag of sewing goodies here. And I am going to pull my thread that I was using and my little punch awl that I have. And what else do I need? I think that's good for now. Then I am going to go ahead and pull out my bar of beeswax. And then I'm going to, I think I'll just pull it off like this, like that. And then what I do is pull that through a few times. Now I have stranded this yarn. I've cut three times the width of the journal cover. So if you do 1, 2, 3, so basically I'll show you real quick. You can take it 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so on and so forth. But for the sake of showing you what I do, this is what I have right here. But I'm going to do this right. I'm going to be a good girl. I won't fly through this. Let's go through here. I'm going to put that right there. I'm going to put this here. Now with an awl, this is something I had with um, a kit, a punch kit I had. And you can mark. I did it. I did my spaces evenly and I marked them. And you punch this through and it'll come the other side. Okay. Same with this one. Okay. And I've already done this. So I wanted to be fair and show that to you even now. And then once I get those punched, okay, let me come around to the other side, which works good because we've got a lot of layers there. So you can see where the holes are. So when this needle goes through, it won't have any trouble making its way through that. And you can do some grommets here if you'd like on yours when you make yours. That'll be fine. I'm not going. Oopsie, I poked myself, y'all. Sorry. Um, don't put your finger there. Word of caution. Don't do what I do. But, to keep cost affordable, I need to be mindful of the stuff that I put there in this. I want it to be accessible for the person who receives it to put their cuteness on it. Okay? All right. I have been extremely busy with the business and everything. What you see on the website, it's not all that's coming. So I just want to emphasize that because I know it might seem there's only a selected few items on there, but it takes a lot. I have Spoonflower, I have Amazon, I'm going to market. So the things that I make, hand make, making Bible covers, fabric Bible covers with leather and all of those things take a little bit more time. But I appreciate you all being patient with me. So what I am going to do here, I'm going to go 1, okay, and then I'm going to go 2, and then I'm going to go 3, but I'm going to go again because I want to double this. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so get my scissors here. I'm going to cut a tad off of that. I keep everything tidy. If I put it away now, I won't have to worry about hunting it down later. All right. I pray each and every one of you are doing well. And I thank you so much for being patient with me and hanging in with me and just continuing to be my crafty friend because we come to visit and we want to be able to, um, I want to be able to share with you what I know. And some ideas are original that are mine, and then some things are not. But I want to share my take on them, those things as well. Okay. And thank you for just really hanging out with me. And those that have given the thumbs up and encouraging words, they mean a lot. Okay, so this one is, I put these two ends together and I'm going to run this through this beeswax. Okay. And what it's going to do is it's going to give it some stability. It's going to make it durable. Now this is old. I mean, I got this at Goodwill. I couldn't even tell you how old this is. But I can tell you that I mean it still works good for what I need it for. So I'm gonna take it right through this again, keeping it folded, and I'm gonna double it. That'll give me 4 strands going through the journal. And I'll just run it through one more time. I want to give it that other side another go at it. Okay, looks good to me. All right, now I am going to grab my needle, and this is a upholstery needle. Okay, and I want to kind of fish that through. Now, first and foremost, put that there so it doesn't get poked. I need to get some marks on this. So what I'm going to do here is I want to line these up. Let me see if you can see that. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tilt this up so you can see my marks that I have here. Okay. I want to line this signature as close to those part marks that I have. Sorry guys, I just cannot talk. Um, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of mark that right there. Or better yet, let me get my awl. I'm going to poke where that's at and transfer approximately where that is coming in through. Let's see if that worked real good. Then I'm going to open all the way to the very center where all my signatures are at. I'm generally right where, okay, I'm gonna, there's that one big one I had. Hold on. There we go. Now we're cooking. All right, I'm gonna pull this one in. And the purpose is to hold that right in the place where I want it to be. Okay, so now I'm gonna come back over here and I have this already marked. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and poke that and watching my fingers here. And I'm going to do the same over here because it's coming through. You can see right here. Okay. And I'm not too terribly concerned with not getting it right here because once I sew this in, it will hold this in. Okay, as the other one did as well. So now I'm going to come back on the inside here and I'm going to go back through. I'm going to make sure I'm good to go on both sides so I can see where I'm at. I'm getting that all in there. Okay. I don't want to poke myself again, y'all. Oopsie. All right. Looking good. All right. Now, making sure that this is in the direction it needs to be, I'm going to place those approximately where those holes are lining up right here. Okay. Then I'm going to grab my needle. Okay. Now, this is something that I see a lot of people do, and that you can either have your string on the inside or the outside for like charms and things, but this one I want it to end up on the inside. So therefore, I'm going to come in from this, well, no, I'm going to come in from this end, y'all. All right, I'm going to come in from the inside, and that middle one, I'm going to thread it through that, okay, like so. Okay, let you see what I'm doing here. And then I'm going to pull it through. And I did make that hole a little bit bigger so I can get all that thread through. Okay. And then I'm going to give myself about approximately about that much. Okay. Then I'll come down. We're working in the middle. I'll come over here to this hole. Then I'm going to find that where that signature is at. Okay. And pull it through here. And I'm going to put it through that signature hole that I did, making sure I don't make too big of a mess here. There we go. Perfect. And then I'm going to push this through. Okay. Looking over here on this side here, making sure I've got that pretty taut. Then coming all the way over, not this one. I'm going to come all the way over to this one. Okay. And then I'm going to push it through this one, rinse and repeat. Okay, where this hole is right here. Be careful not to pull that through, and we'll make sure that pulls back up here. And then I'm going to pull this here. Okay, and I am using my table because, it does help. Then I'm going to come through here. Okay, almost there. So we went through the first down, then we went over, up, we went all the way across here, down. The final step is now we're going to pull in the middle, right where we started, okay? And we're going to put that needle right back through there. So I'm fishing, y'all. Fishing where that hole is. I don't want to make too many big of a holes here. I can go ahead and take these off since I got that in there. Okay. See where I'm at. I feel it. It's just fishing it through there. Oops. Trying to. I don't want to make another hole, and sometimes it happens, You don't try to, but, you know. There it is. I seen it. That's a lot of paper in there. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this thread on one side, making sure I have that pretty taut. And then when the needle comes up here, okay, we'll push that through. Now, why is it hard, you may think? Is because we had that 3M tape there, that duct tape. Okay, so I have this, and I'll take this off. And I have the thread on going through the middle here, and I'm going to tie that off. Make sure I got pretty taut. Don't pull too hard because once upon a time I pulled too hard and I broke it. Yes, I did. I'm going to go one and I'm going to go, they call it like an over under knot. And I'm going to give it another one just because. Now I'm going to snip it to size. I'll get it right in a minute. And yep, there's that. Put that over there. Now we got this done, and I will put just a little bit of uh, art glitter glue down there here in a little bit, but I don't want to do it yet because I just want that to sit there, and we're going to move forward. Look at that. That's beautiful. Oh man, that's beautiful. Now, if you remember from the very beginning, we had packaging. Then we put a lot of different cellophane plastic, the bubble kind on it. It was kind of a foamy kind, and we put that on there. And this fabric is from I sublimated that, okay, and I put that on there. So we made our own fabric, if you will, and it's turning in with the thread here, the yarn. It's blended in that spine so well. The only way you could probably see that if you put beading there or something. Other than that, that looks good. I'm loving this. I'm gonna have to make one for me. For real though. Next, let's go ahead, rinse and repeat. And we are going to do 6 because three times the width. 1, 2, 3, and 3 more because we're going to double it up. 2 and 3. And give it a little snippy. I typically will do a little bit extra just because you have to knot it and just for safekeeping. All right. And I'm going to put it through the beeswax. Okay. Once again, it really makes it strong and durable and makes it easy to glide through our project, our journal. Okay. I have placed another planner, 2026 yearly planner on the website if you're interested. And I am working on embroidery projects. Um, Designing is not a just overnight thing. It takes a lot of thought and it takes a lot of time. I mean, precision it's I'm very meticulous about different things and I want it to look right. So when you get it, you can enjoy it the same process that I intended when I made it. Okay? So I'm going to go one more time. It's separating and I'm not trying to see it do that. That's why I'm going in one more time. There we go. That did fine. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to thread that needle again. You can use any type of needle you choose. I just happen to have this and this is what I picked up and went with. Now, same thing. I'm going to take this signature here. Now, this is so cute of an idea. This is, if you saw in the beginning of this process, you saw how this was a wallpaper border lining. And now I've made it a journal and we'll do a walkthrough here in a second. I'm thinking that I want to think I'm going to do this one. Let me open this up for sure. Okay, let's see, get this. We can, and kind of make this work, make the process go easier. Okay. I want to make sure that my paper, what I'm doing right here is thinking, making sure my papers are lined up exactly where I want them. And they don't look, kind of crooked or off or anything. Okay, that's where I want that to live. And I'm putting my big clips, got them at the Dollar Tree many, many years ago when they had them, and they still may have them. And I think I'll pull this one up here just for now. Okay, well, let's go for it. Last one, I'm going to line, and what I'm doing here is I see the edge of my journal, okay, right here, and the last signature that I just put in. I want them to match as close as possible, okay, and I'm going to get my awl. Again, everybody's process is different. And I am going to poke that through there and give it a little place to go. And kind of, everybody's process is totally different, I promise. I mean, this is the way I find it to be easy. And I'm going to line it back up and go for the last little hole right there. See if I can't do it like this. I want the, they're slipping on me. You guys, they're slipping on me. There we go. I don't want that to mess up. Then I'm going to come in, and I've gotten this one here, and I want the paper to go out right there. Now, I'm going to take this one, making sure my direction is correct because I moved it, right? So the pot is going this way. I'm going to come in through this way. I'm going to put it through that hole right here. And I'm going to push it through right here. That duct tape makes it resist going through, but I am going to make it work, y'all. Make it work. Okay, approximately right there. Now you can go up this way or that way, but I'm just going to continue in the path I was going. Last hole at the bottom, or not last hole. Next hole on the bottom, should I add? And push that through. And I know it's kind of hard sometimes to see things, but we're going to make it work. Yes, we are. There's a lot of paper here. Trying to push it all through all of them. Okay, I'm going to make this work. And don't fret none about the paper. I'm going to fix all of that. Make sure we're... And then come all the way over to this side. Making sure I got that right because something tells me. Yeah, that kind of got off track right there. Let me get my awl because that is kind of difficult right there to maneuver. Make sure I don't lose my spot that I had. And there we go. I just need to get it started. It's real fiddly, you know, but you gotta work with it and it'll come through. All right, now, last thing is pull it up through here. Make sure I'm pretty taut right there, and I can see that. Now, coming back through, you can barely see that thread. It's right here through the middle, right here. And I'm going to go up through that right. Oopsie, not right, not right. Have a second hole there. Oh, I think it'll try to fix that right there. It kind of moved on me, y'all. Okay. I'm going to make that go through there since it's there. And there is absolutely a lot of paper here, but I wanted the journal to be full for the one who receives it. Once again, I will get that to where you can't even see that. And then you can see this kind of loose here, making sure on the other side it's laying pretty flat, not too taut. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to tie this once. I'm going to tie it twice and 3 times. Okay, that's just me. All right, so I'll probably put it right there. All right, now let's take a look at, I'm going to go ahead and where did that little plastic go? I'm going to put this needle back over here. And let's put, well, I had my little cover and I was going to, it's probably here and I can't see it, but that's okay. Now, I'm going to take these little clips off and grab my art glitter glue. Well, golly, y'all. Oh, here it is. It was clear. I could hardly see it. Okay. Oh, I keep poking myself. What in the world? You get in a hurry and that's what happens. I'm going to put everything, the wax, beeswax in the awl back inside my little sewing bag here. As well for my needle, I have this little toothbrush holder and I put that back in there. I have other needles and things in there, and because there's a hole up here, I've got some clear tape. And it goes in the bag, and this goes in the bag. All right. And I like to do that because it keeps me organized. And yeah. All right, set that aside right quick, and let's go through this journal. This is nice, perfectly proportioned. It has all 3 signatures in it. And now we have completed a full journal. Now, the person that gets this can totally customize this. It is made to customize that person is, it's made for that person to customize it. They can put ribbon here if they choose. I've got a little piece of fabric from earlier when we put this together. They can take some fabric. They can take this and put it in, make a pocket if they choose. Um, I've got some of this they can do, just whatever they choose, okay, that person who gets this. But let's go through with each one. Again, recap. Let me get that for you. It was a decorative border, okay, and I got this at the Goodwill. It was just laying there and I saw it and I grabbed it. And whatever's left in here, I'm going to use it for other journals like this as well. Okay. So, if should I list any journal on the website, a junk journal has this, you have a limited edition of these. Because I don't know, I have not looked to see if they still make these or not, but it's just something that I had on hand, and I'll show you what I did. Um, if you happen to have these little decorative borders, you may think, well, Belinda, that the other side has glue on it. I remedied that. On this side, I had some of my hand hand dyed, handmade, tea stained paper. I glued that to the sticky side. So therefore, this side right here, then, where's it at? Oh, I have it put together. But this side right here, it has a sticky adhesive. To keep it from sticking to the journal, I put paper on it. So now, not only you have a beautiful decorative cover, but you can also have a place to write on, to journal on. You can also turn this into the person who gets it can put pockets in here if you choose. Okay. This is some of the papers that I had made. Printables. I'm going to put this back, get it out of our way. You have to forgive me, I'm sliding in my chair. um, this is just some printables I had and I made. And out of just regular copy paper. I'm sorry, y'all, I cannot talk today. It's been a long day. I'm going on 12 hours today. So here's another little place where they can put something, journaling spot or decorative or something there. I do want to go ahead and I want to glue these flaps here because they are pockets. Little art glitter glue. If I can make it behave. It don't want to come out, y'all. And when it's cold, it runs slow. I may have to come back to this so I can continue showing y'all. Yeah, I'm gonna have to clean it out because it's not gonna act right now. But bear with me. But you get the gist of everything. Okay, so moving forward, and I don't have any glue on that as of now. But this is a little flap for a pocket. If I can find something. Um, hmm. Let me get some of my handmade papers here. So once the that's glued, the person gets it. They can put stuff here for a pocket. Okay, that's probably a little big though, but anyhow, we get the just an understanding. I have another spot over here for journaling, for decorating, or whatever. Same thing on this side. Just some papers I had gotten from Hobby Lobby. I utilized it. I've had these for several years now. I'm trying to destash and put those things I bought previously in my journals and other projects. Same thing with this. I did not intend this to be a pocket, but to be a place where you can open it, have more places to journal. If the person gets in, they want to make it a tuck spot or whatever, they can do that. Now this is a lunch bag, a paper bag, lunch bag, and that it's great for a pocket where you can put. I'm gonna find something. Let me see. I've got some. I've been making some little. Bear with me. I'm gonna grab this. I've been making handmade bookmarks. Hold on. right here. I'm not done with them, but has some handmade bookmarks. Let me find something. These are my designs, y'all. This one, it has scripture on it right here. But let me pull one of these out. These little cherries with gingham on it for now. Put that back. Set that aside for a minute so I can continue on. But it has where you can put something in, like a pocket or whatever you choose to put in there, or that person they choose to do, and decorate more journaling spots, more papers to journal, and also another flap open. It's got a lot of potential. And my handmade papers, I did a little short. These papers I made myself, and I got still some I set aside specifically to put into journals. Okay. And so put that right there. These are my little printables that I did, my designs that I had made. Same thing with this. I'll have to glue that, but that's a little place for a pocket, like so. Okay. And journaling spots right here. Keep going. Same thing. Now, these are my printables that I use, and I have some that I will use specifically for journals to sell, and some for the website. So if there are some here that I have in these journals that are not on the website, that would be why. Okay. And another little flap here. Okay. Handmade paper. And this is plain. And the other one was tea stained. If I can find where I just saw it. Tea stained. Okay. And more and journaling spots. And this is avocado stained. Okay. And I'll show you real quick. This is the plain. And this is very artisan. This is like raw handmade paper, similar to back in the day when they would make it like this. And to show you then that you can write on this, I wrote this on it. You can write on this paper. This was just a regular pen. Okay. And this is tea stained. Also, I have some little cardboards, brown paper bags, stuff like that. I will mix with that as well. Okay. So lots to look forward to there. But that's what that is. It's avocado stain. I like it because it has the little specks. It gives it a lot of cuteness and character. Tuck spot. No, journaling. Forgive me. Same thing. We're in the middle. Place where you can just open this up. Make the notes that you'd like. Again, when I do my glue, I will make it to where that is all going to be covered and secure. Oopsie. Okay. And rinse and repeat. Just the same thing as the other side. Okay. That we just went through. And you can see this is on that one design I had on the scenery. This is just the other side. Same thing. It's just the other side that what I had. This is a vintage stamp design that I had made. It's right here. So, same thing with this. Another pocket I need to tend to. Okay. More paper that I made. Lots of different things, lots of different elements in this journal here. Right here, other side of that one paper, same thing. Now, if you can see the fold here, this paper bag was pretty good size right here. I cut off that little gusset flap that it had, and I made another paper pocket for the other side, right here. Same thing, more writing space. And same thing here. This is going to be another pocket when I get that glued down. And the other side of that map. And the back side with the little flower pot design there. Okay, same thing. I covered this with my tea stained paper that I did. And this is just some paper that I've had. I get a lot of stuff from Goodwill, things that I can reuse and recycle. Next one is the middle signature. Sorry. And I did the same thing, but a little bit different with the map. Same thing with the tea stained paper. And this one I've had in my stash. I made this on my Cricut. The design here, I didn't have a stamp or anything, but it's some paper that I had from a paper pack, and I turned it into a decorative little element there. Again, more journaling spaces, and I did glue this one. So this is a pocket. Okay. And more of my paper that I made. And another, this is like ledger paper, but you can totally turn that into a journaling spot or tuck spot or whatever that person desires. Same idea and concept with a paper bag on this one as well. And you have a pocket. Then, same thing here. I leave the possibilities open for that person who chooses to decorate this as they will. So more of the avocado stained paper I made, and again, same here with the little flap or possible tuck spot. Same thing, I need to finish this as a pocket. Okay. I want to go through this because on our next video, I'm going to move on to something else, and I want to finish this out with you so you can see and maybe encourage you to do something of the same. Okay. You can pull this out or glue it down, make a tuck spot if you choose for that person, whichever they choose it to be. More of my handmade paper, more possibility journaling or tuck spot, whichever they would. If you get a tuck spot, you want to put something like that, it would be totally up to the person who gets it. More handmade paper, another possible tuck spot or journaling spot, tuck spot, or they can open it and just fold that back as they will. Um, More places to. Now, this one I want to indicate because sometimes you may not want to write something and you have like a sketch or an idea and you want to kind of draw something out. That's what this would be good for. Okay. Again, another pocket. I need to make sure I glue that down, get my glue working. Possible tuck spot or open flap for more journaling. Okay. And then more tea stain, more avocado stained paper. Another I'm gonna call these possibility spots right here. Okay. Same thing with the other paper bag. Another place for a pocket. And then or storage or whatever. If that person gets this, here's another idea for you. Let's say you want to put some things in here, but then you want to create like a flap to put over top of that. That is another way you can use this as well. All right, moving forward, same another possibilities section, another journaling spot or sketch spot, more handmade paper, and this I did glue this down, and then another pocket. All right. And then I have this grid paper right here. Same thing. You don't have to write on it. You can draw out. I mean, I do quilting, and I will be doing quilting workshops on Patreon coming up very soon. And this will be great to do like cross stitch or the person that likes this, they want to turn it into a journaling spot for a cross stitch or for their quilting. This would be great for that. Okay, give you some ideas. Back side, and then I have the map and the other side of the um, decorative border that I put the paper on, tea stained paper as well. Last but not least, last signature, same thing, rinse and repeat with the cover and the tea stained paper. And then I have the map. I try to keep it pretty cohesive, similar. So the theme kind of goes in from one to the other, but each signature has something unique, something about it. Now, this paper is paper that you would buy or receive whenever you go into a store and they would wrap your glass products and things. That's what this is. Okay. So I have a few sheets of that. Great for journaling, drawing, doodling, whatever. This is some gingham paper that a sweet friend of mine gave me. And I turned it into a kind of like a file folder type pocket that is glued. Handmade paper. And some more paper that I got at Goodwill. Okay. And more journaling spots, just some extra scrapbook paper that I got at Hobby Lobby I've had for a while. Its paper weight is probably the same weight as printer paper, I would say. It's not like 65 GSM or 6 GSM, 65 weight or anything. It's a lot lighter, okay? But you could put anything, the person that gets it can make it into a pocket. They can, I mean, the skies are limited. I mean, the possibilities are endless, should I add. Then we got some more places to doodle or put some designs or something in. Then same thing, another possibilities section where they can turn it into a tuck spot or leave it as is or however they see fit. This one had a vellum. I printed some little vintage it was just some kind of a random vintage music sheet, but I printed it on this and I gave it a little tea stained effect. The vellum is not tea stained, but the color with the design, I did do that so it came out on the vellum. And this is great for a place if you have sticky notes, if you want to turn this into something extra than what it is and add to it, you can do that. Another handmade paper, another possibility spot. On the other side of that paper bag, there's two pockets on either side. I just trimmed that one side off. So it is essentially the side that had that gusseted side, I trimmed that off to fit in here so I can have two pockets. Okay? Same thing with this little doodle spot, note taking, whichever person who gets it chooses. Then we have the handmade paper, not handmade paper, forgive me. Paper that I got in my stash, just some scrapbook papers that I bought from Hobby Lobby. Another possibilities, that they can make it into a tuck spot or journaling, however they choose. More handmade paper, avocado. The darker the paper, just know if you buy, I haven't listed them yet, but I'm soon to launch that collection of handmade papers soon. You are very welcome to um, reach out to me if you need more than what's in there. Let me know. I will be taking pre-orders for those. It takes time to make paper. It's just not an overnight thing. But the darker that you see it, you know that it is avocado stain. And I always label them on the package what that paper is dyed with. Okay, or if it is plain. Now, here's another one that these are not my designs, but these are the ones that I got from a paper pack from Hobby Lobby, and it is glued in, and it's a little folder Okay, little pocket. Same thing, doodling spot or just a place to put ideas and jot thoughts. Another possibility spot, you can make a tuck spot here or there, or you can just leave them open right here. Okay, up so. When you're done writing, just close it back up, save space. Same thing, doodling spot or whatever you choose, that whoever gets this, and another pocket, which is closed. Okay. And then on this side, you see the print there, but it'd be really good. You could put some decoration on there. Whoever gets it, another handmade paper, another possibility spot. Moving forward, grid paper, and I have the other side of that paper bag for a go ahead for a pocket or whatever that person chooses to use that with or for. Another journaling spot, possibility spot, handmade paper, the other side of that vellum, another part, the other side of the possibility spot, or they can do one side tuck spot and this side they just want to do for journaling, whatever that person would like to do with this journal. Same thing, there's 2 pages here for the dot grid. Okay, I jot ideas, or sometimes I like to make things, and I may use this paper even now when I do designing, and if I do clothing or if I'm on my knitting machine, I'll graft out a sweater and put all my ideas on that. That's good for that as well. And then here's another possibility spot or journaling spot, whatever that person chooses. And the other side of those 2 papers, same thing. Okay, and handmade paper, and then we have another, this is already glued, part of that pocket. Then more of that paper that I had mentioned that you wrap your packages when you go in and you have something glass and then they wrap it up for you, and that's what this is. I flattened it out and it makes great paper. Okay, got 2 of those, and then the other side of that map that I had made, this design. Then you have the tea stained paper. I love these little bits on here. And the back of that. And that, my friends, completes this beautiful handmade from start to finish junk journal. I hope that you all are finding these things very helpful. And to complete this, I'm going to tie this up, okay? And I'm going to wrap it up and I'm going to put it away when I take it to market, because I'm taking these with me to market. And the one that receives it is going to enjoy this, and they will take this journal and use it and treasure it. Some people may want to put photos in them. It's a possibility that doesn't end. Okay? Let's see what the time looks like. Yes, it's time to wrap this up. I hope each and every one of you are enjoying everything that I am giving and sharing here on Belle Ann Craft Studio. And I hope that you will take into consideration to support me over on Patreon. $5 a month is not a lot to the extended content that I don't share on YouTube here. And it helps me to continue to work towards building a great crafting community. Thank you all for joining me. I want to extend a very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to all you all, as I will be picking up the videos after let me see what let me but don't let me get my calendar to make sure. Let's see on this one. Okay. Yep. It will be, the next video will be December 3rd. So be looking for that one, But I want to go ahead and give you a very happy new year and a very blessed and great Christmas. Thank you all so much for being my crafty friend. It means I get choked up. It means a lot that you all are interested in the crafting ideas I have, and we on YouTube, we that's what we do. We share our ideas and we share it to inspire others who may want to come and learn what we've learned from YouTube as well. May the Lord bless you. Until next time. Bye for now.